Welcome YouTube family. Thank you for tuning into my video. I really appreciate it. If anyone didn't tell you today, you are beautiful, you are important. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. So this video, I'm going to get straight into the point and just jump into some things over here because I've had a lot of questions about what is included into your surgery price, what is not included. And just a disclaimer, different doctors include different things into their surgery price. That's why some prices are so much more different. Some are cheaper, some are more expensive based on the doctor and what they include. So in today's video, I will be breaking that down. I have chose 3 doctors to go over today. I think I can say their name. So the package prices I have chosen for the doctors were Dr. Baez, which would be the doctor that I went to, Dr. Corres, and Dr.Yily. All 3 doctors are from the Dominican Republic. And before you guys chew me out about Dr.Yily, I've had her quote now for a little bit before the whole debacle and a lot of her patients passing away. That's another video, a whole nother story. But I did want to go over the things that were included and not included. Okay? So starting off, for a lot of these packages, the basic things that are included is the 10-day stay. And that's the 10-day stay in the Dominican Republic at the recovery house. Each doctor works with a different recovery house, and they will send you a list of the ones that you can choose from. If you choose not to go to one of those recovery houses, there is an amount that they usually deduct from that surgery price. But it is to the discretion of your doctor, or you can go to an Airbnb by choice, but of course you do pay the difference. In that recovery house, usually is a 10-day stay. I've been seeing some people have 6-day stay. Like I said, it depends on the doctor, but a lot of the insurance covers you staying in the Dominican Republic for 10 days. If anything happens, that insurance is included in that if you do stay there for the 10 days. Also at the recovery house, it includes food and snacks and round trip transportation to and from the airport, to and from your doctor's appointments, okay? If this is not your first rodeo with getting surgery, you do know that you can go other places, far as the mall, shops, but just know it is going to be an extra fee towards these drivers, or they're looking for a tip because it is not typically included into your package price, okay? So just remember that. And of course, they're making a living too. So try to pay their fee, give them a little tip or something for taking you outside of your transportation quote, which is to and from the doctors and the hospitals. What else? Your first garment, okay? So your first garment, once you get out of surgery, I know with most of us, and which I'm trying to get clarification on, I know us in the DR, we wake up in a stage 1 faja compression garment. Other places like Miami, sometimes they don't. So I'm a little confused, but I know in the DR, in my experience, me and the other ladies that went to those doctors there in the Dominican Republic, we do wake up in our stage 1 faja. And that's a more lightweight, soft garment. It just keeps the swelling down a little bit. So while you're there within the 10 days, they will tell you, hey, it's time for your stage 2. You have an option of, you can bring your own stage 2. You can go back to your surgeon for your follow-up appointment and get one there, or they can also take you to the faja store to purchase your stage 2, stage 3, whatever you need, okay? Also included is the anesthesia. You do have to pay their fee, of course, because you gotta go to sleep. Blood work and EKG. With the blood work, I have not seen a package yet that does not include the blood work, because even though you go here in the United States to get your blood work done, they want you to get the blood work done there as well, okay? And it's just done by their doctors. It's a precautionary reason precautionary reasoning. I think that's the word, precautionary reasoning, if that makes sense. Okay. EKGs, just to make sure your overall health is well enough to go into surgery. Now, something that is on the fence, sometimes is included and sometimes is not included, is the blood transfusions. So let me just to be clear, for bias, the blood transfusion is $350 USD, okay? And a iron transfusion is $60. Blood transfusion and iron transfusions are different, okay? Which I think some doctors do. They include the blood transfusion into the package price, because if you don't need the blood transfusion, they're supposed to give that money back. But what has been happening is doctors are saying that you needed a blood transfusion. You used 2 bags, so you don't get that money back. And the argument is, how do I know that you used that blood transfusion while I was under? So a lot of girls don't get that money back. So be prepared to not get it back, because that's something that you really don't know and you have to give it up. That's something that's an extra fee that they ask for once they get there, but it's always listed into the description and the list that they send out for what you have to pay for, okay? So just be prepared to lose that extra money to not get it back, because you don't know. I mean, if you want to, you can press the issue out and to ask for a report after surgery to get a copy of that to see if they used it. But I never even asked because I know I needed it. So I knew I had the blood transfusions. And just to clear up something, iron transfusions are not the blood transfusion. 2 totally different things, okay? Iron transfusion is when your iron levels become very, very low and they hook you up to an IV, all right? So if you followed my journey, I did record a video of me getting an iron transfusion, okay? It just helped my iron levels build up and I don't feel as weak. I don't feel sick. I don't feel sleepy, okay? That's the difference. You can do your iron transfusion after surgery. You just sit in a room with a typical IV hooked up to you. Not really sure how a blood transfusion works, but of course it entails blood. Iron transfusion is just like a white liquid. Okay, so moving on. Medications for aftercare. This is a big thing. What I have realized going through the 3 doctors that I requested information for, the medications vary based on doctor to doctor. And a lot of them, they do tell you, you are more than welcome to get medication from your home country. All right. The thing is, some people have the medication plug. They can get it from anywhere. Their doctors here will prescribe them. But some doctors will not, okay? So they do tell you how much it costs to get all the medication there in the Dominican Republic, okay? The thing is, please listen to what the doctor says when they say, do not take this medication, don't take this medication. And I know we're human, it's just instinct. We are afraid of pain. But what I have came across, all doctors tell us, do not get oxycodone, do not get Percocets, do not get the strong pain medication, because it can have adverse effects on the medication that they give you. It is not necessary. A lot of the doctors there, they have their own pain medication. You can take Tylenol. I remember the girls got me hip to this though. Tylenol arthritis, and it's something else. Tylenol arthritis, I think ibuprofen together helps with the pain. I didn't need the strong pain medication to knock me out. It wasn't necessary. So doctors do tell you, do not bring that type of medication, and it would be smart not to bring that medication. There will be no popping, no perks of any kind there. Is not necessary. All right. What is this? endocrinologist. An endocrinologist is a person that tests you if you have like diabetes or thyroid problems. This is one of those optional costs. You don't have to get it if you don't have those problems. As well as a pulmonologist. I did pay for that. Let me tell you, how much is a pulmonologist? $100 USD. So when you go in, they take you to the clinic and you can get that done. So Baez lets you know that you need to have that done, and she gives you the price. Let me see. What does Dr. Corres? Okay, yes. Dr. Corres at the time, it's an additional cost, but it's mandatory, and it's $150 for him. So all these doctors might be in the DR, but they use different specialists to do these tests. So all the prices are different based on what that doctor charges. Another one in the midst of this panorama we had here was a COVID test. Baez included her COVID test free in her surgery costs. Corres does charge for your COVID-19 testing, and that is mandatory. That is an extra $40. I'm not sure if they're still on C-19 regulations. Not really sure. So you would have to check beforehand and ask them, is this something I had to pay for extra or it's included? I really didn't realize that. Okay, that's different. Something else that is optional, and I've seen people taking it, but I've never done it, was the oxygen hyperbaric chamber, the oxygen chamber. You can do that, I think, if something is wrong or if you want to. Not sure how that works. So that's always something optional. But if something goes wrong, they do recommend it. So bring your money to have that just in case something goes wrong. Pain pump. I haven't seen anyone include a pain pump into your surgery quote, but sometimes it's not necessary. I've seen a lot of girls, they just rather have the pain pump, and they do recommend to have the pain pump. I want to say about 2 to 4 days, maybe, just depending on the person. Oh, this is one thing I forgot to tell you what is included. Your surgery nurse for the first 24 hours. I have not seen a package that does not cover that. That nurse is going to be there when you wake up in your room. And she's going to be there for the first 24 hours to take care of you, all right? That is included, and that is very, very, very important. Soon after surgery, you could barely move. That nurse will be there to rub you down with the biofilm creams, the arnica gel, whatever you need to be rubbed down in to stop the bruising and some of the pain. She's there. Let me see. Hematologist. That's a blood doctor. The hematologist, if you have any blood disorders or anything, they will check that out as well. And that's also why they tell you, please go to your primary care doctor before your surgery to see if you would be a good candidate, okay? Side note, just because a doctor said they would operate on you, be mindful if they're going to operate on you because you're truly healthy or they're just looking for money, all right? We've had a lot of girls and guys passing away in different countries, not only the Dominican Republic, but here the United States, Mexico, Colombia, Turkey, everywhere, because they were denied by another doctor and they found someone else to do the surgery. The doctor denied you for a reason. They denied you because they're looking out for your well-being and your health. You might not be in a good bill of health to go under a series of surgeries like that. It might not be good for you. Just because a doctor say yes, please, please, please evaluate your health before. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a video about how to choose a doctor because I'm in some of these groups and the discretion of choosing your doctor is absolutely absurd. I think we go by pictures, that's fine. But you absolutely need to do a little bit more research of your own and stop going by other people. But yeah, that's going to be a whole nother video. Also, what's not included is your supplies. Now, Dr. Corres did send me a list for an additional fee. Well, not the list was an additional fee, but for an additional fee, they do provide you with a surgery box, and that's all the supplies that you would need for surgery, as well as personal care items. Matter of fact, let me just go through this. Dr. Baez, you can order a surgery box. They have girls over there. There's groups and companies that you can purchase one from once you get there, and they have it waiting at the surgery house. You don't have to, not obligated, but of course it is an additional fee. Dr. Corres has their own, and the extra cost of the surgery box is $300. And of course, it have your bobby pillows, your pads, your ab boards, backboards, lipo foams, your pee squeeze. Oh my God, it even has Huggies, toothpaste, urinals, arnica gels, bug repellent hand sanitizer, Chuck's pads, thrown back to side for the bruises, rosehip oil, gauze, Q-tips, extension cords, box of gloves, which is, I think that list is a very good list, and $300 is a little steep considering that I kind of budget. Don't get me wrong, my first video, I had a lot of stuff, but knowing what I know now, I know that I can get this stuff cheaper. That's why I am here to help you out. I am here to be the test dummy and to spend all my money so you won't have to, okay? But a lot of that stuff is basically everything that you need. You will only have to go with your clothes. If you get that beauty box from them, just show up with your clothes, all right? It's something else on here that I really wanted to go over, and I cannot remember. Oh, there are limitations when it comes to massages. So there are options. Some doctors give you an option. You can have a private nurse at some of the recovery houses, and some recovery houses do not allow you to have a nurse there. You have to be staffed with their nurses, okay? So you do have to talk to your recovery house about that. Talk to your doctor if they do offer that, okay? I know with Oceans, from my understanding, you couldn't bring in your own, I guess, private nurse. We had to use the nurses there, and I was absolutely fine with it. But I mean, it's up to you. That's why some people choose to go to Airbnb, because they have a personalized nurse. And one more side note, these surgery, what do you call them? These surgery coordinators, they are sharks out here, because you could be in a surgery group and next thing you know, you got private nurses, surgery coordinators. They calling you, they reaching out to you. They want to see what you're getting done. How can they help you? They trying to get hired. I give them their props, but they really are sharks, and you have to be careful sometimes because they all are not genuine, all right? They really are not genuine all the time, okay? So be careful before sending them money, because they're not working for free. They're going to ask for a little bit of a cut. They're going to ask for some change or something to help you set up your surgery. I did not use a coordinator. I did everything myself because I wanted to be involved. I wanted to know every part, but you're more than welcome to get a surgery coordinator, all right? I think, is that it? No. There are some other things that are not included, which I found crazy. And of course, your flight is not included, okay? That overall price is just for recovery house and your surgery, but the flight is not included. This is what I meant to ask you guys. I don't know if anybody is a nurse. Is a thorax tomography. I think I had that done. Not really sure. I did know that bias did include the venous Doppler to rule out blood clots. I haven't seen that with anyone else's quote or paperwork to go through that, but I know bias was absolutely serious about soon as I get there that same day, let's go check to see if you have blood clots. So that was absolutely great, absolutely amazing. Damn, I'm at 20 minutes already. I really didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to make another video later on discussing the difference of the beauty boxes, how to choose your doctor, and all that good stuff. So peace out, stay tuned. I'll upload another video. Sorry, I forgot to add this bit in. When you guys get your quotes from your doctor, calculate the amount of money they're charging for the surgery, plus the mandatory costs, plus the other fees that are associated with the surgery, even if you know that you might not use it, because you will need extra money. Take that extra money in case something does go wrong, because they will not treat you. They will not help you if you do not have that extra money. It is not like the United States. That hospital is not going to save your life unless you can pay money up front, okay? So always be mindful when it comes to how much money you're spending, how much money you're taking. Just do not take the amount of money they're charging for the surgery. Take extra, because you never know what can happen. Be prepared, everyone. Be prepared.